Hello, and welcome to my survival world. In this world, I want to make a bunch of cool looking builds, and overall just make something that I can be proud of. I've also been stuck in a lot of 2-week Minecraft phases, and I think starting a YouTube channel with these videos will help me stick with a world and make it look really cool. Alright, so now it's time to get some resources. So I'm gonna go out boating and look for some shipwrecks and plunder them for all their loot. Alright, now that I have some basic resources, I can set up shop over here and get to work planning out my starter base, which I'll tell you more about in just a second. Alright, so this base is going to be a sewer pipe because I want to build a giant city in this area. However, it is turning nighttime, so I need to make this quick and get out of here. God, this sunrise, it looks so good. I swear, the Atmospherics resource pack is something I would definitely recommend because, oh my god, it just makes everything look so good. As beautiful as that sunrise was, I am not boating out all night, every night, so I'm gonna get a bed. Alright, so there's 3 sheep here, and yeah, now that I'm getting wool, I can make a bed and get back to work. Alright, so it seems like my first time sleeping through the night in this world is gonna be in the water, but tomorrow I want to place all my stuff down and really get settled here. Every base needs a crafting table, a furnace, a bed, and, I mean, you cannot forget about this, a storage chest for all your trash, I mean, valuables. Alright, it's time to say goodbye to the peasant stone iron tools and get some diamonds. But that means we're gonna have to go underground, which is why I'm getting wood so that we don't have to worry about crafting materials while we are literally 6 feet under, or worse. As for where to put the mine, I just want to put it in a big giant hole under the sewers, and we'll figure out what to actually do with that hole later. Alright, we have a place for the staircase to go underground. So without further ado, I think we can get to mining. Now that we are at y negative 54, we can get to mining, and I'll see you when we have about 30-ish diamonds, because that's what I'm aiming for. Alright, so it's been about 30 minutes to an hour, which is surprisingly short for the 36 diamonds that I got. I know, it's crazy. And yeah, I'm gonna head back up to the surface so that I can start working on my starter base with all these diamonds. Alright. So, we are back on the surface, which means that I can, first of all, sleep if I don't have skill issue. And also, it means that I can use my new diamond tools to gather resources. Resources like moss. Alright, so before I got any more resources, I wanted to, extend the tunnel that I already have with a bunch of stone so that I can actually see what the outline of this tunnel is going to look like and whether I will like it. And of course, I didn't have Silk Touch, so I was going to have to use furnaces, which suck, because I'm probably going to break all those blocks anyway. Okay, so I just finished extending this tunnel out, and turns out I hate this shape, and I want to redo it because, frankly, this shape sucks, and I want a better one. I am much happier with this shape here. It's a little more boxy, but I think it'll work. So without further ado, I think it's time to go get all the other materials we've been missing. Alright, using the copper I gathered while resource gathering, I got to work on a little grate on the front of the sewer using lightning rods and copper bars. And while I think these are definitely a great start, I also have to work on the rest of the build. So I think I'll do that now. See you on the other side. Alright, so I'm done building the right half of this pipe, and I moved my stuff to that side so that it doesn't get in the way. I also am really proud of my choice of blocks. I wasn't that surprised that I was using this much stuff, but I was still a little surprised because I got all my andesite and my cobblestone and my regular stone. I just ended up using a bunch of mossy cobblestone, and a bunch of different tough blocks. But I honestly think that makes it look better, so I'm not gonna complain. However, there are a few things I think this place is missing, including seagrass and lily pads. So I'm gonna get those now. Alright, so I got the seagrass, and I'm about to get some lily pads too. I think they add a really nice touch to the base, and I'm glad I added them. But I think this base also needs glowberries, so I'm gonna go find a lush cave. Guess who found an azalea tree? Which, if you don't know, azalea trees lead to lush caves, so I've found what I'm looking for. But it's getting kind of dark, so I'm going to head back after I collect all these azalea leaves. I'm just cooking up some food here, but in just a second we will be heading to the Lush Cave, and we will also be doing it with a surplus of food. Okay, we are in the Lush Cave, and it is time to get us some glowberries, and even maybe some drip leaf. Speaking of drip leaf, I see some in the corner of my eye. The question is really if we can get to it without getting caught by any mobs, because I don't want to get knocked down into this ravine. And it looks like we can, so I'm going to do it. I need these drip leaves just as much as I need the glowberries. But without further ado, it's getting really dark, so I gotta go. Like, now. So, yeah. Alright, just want one more glow. Oh, nope. Okay, I guess I'm not getting the glowberry, but... yeah, I think that's our sign to leave. Hello and welcome back. I have finished the base and I think it turned out really well. I did some gradient work, transitioning to a lighter andesite and stone color up at the top, but I have so much more to show you than like just this. I mean, I also finished the copper grating here, so we finally have our copper bars and lightning rods in place. They look just as cool as I thought they'd be. Here we have our hobo camp with our fire barrel that has our furnace, our bed, our crafting table as you just saw, and we also have this trash pile here that contains all of our belongings. It has a bunch of raw copper blocks and dried kelp that I think really sell the look of making this look like a trash pile and not just storage. And I think that's really cool. We also have the first wooden pickaxe of the world, because somehow I still have it, and it's really cool. Alright, so the last part of this tour is really just our unfinished mining area. It's under the hobo camp. And I want to make another portal area here at some point, but that has to be for another episode, because it's been pretty long already. But with that, I think our first episode of the survival world is done. I'm really proud of the progress we made, and if you stuck around till the end, then I thank you for all of those 20 minutes that you spent watching my content. And with that, like, subscribe, and goodbye.